Hi, everybody. So, my book is complete. It's going to be released October 15th. It's called Break the Grip of Past Lovers. It's available for pre-order on Amazon. And in celebration of that, I just wanted to take a few minutes with you to talk about one aspect of clearing past lovers that I think is the core aspect of actually clearing past lovers. That is to understand that we as women initiate into power through sexual intimacies. If you understand a past lovership, a past sexual intimacy or a relationship as an initiation that, you may not have chosen, but you've still walked, then you actually have the possibility of gathering power from it rather than losing faith, rather than absorbing a bunch of impact from it that has to do with betrayal and neglect and distrust and sadness and failure, right? Initiations are often brutal, right? A traditional initiation into power, especially deep personal power, often involves at least one moment where you're pretty sure you're going to die, and it's pretty convincing. And, I can speak to it myself. I'm sure many of you can relate to the fact that, yeah, when you're moving through the devastation of losing a lovership, of losing both the beauty and the innocence that may have been there for you, there is a feeling often of like, I might die. This hurts that much. And it's to not underestimate, to never think that there's something wrong with that, or that should be different. Of course it's that way. Sexual intimacies touch us in the most powerful and the most vulnerable places in our being. There is so much that we yearn for, so much we know is possible that we're reaching toward, that we're learning how to actually bring into being. And sexual intimacies touch all of that. They often touch the soul, they touch God, they touch the heart, they touch into the deepest privacy of your being. So, just this little 5-minute video here, I wanted to offer you that perspective and offer you to take a minute to consider if there is a past lovership, if you are maybe even currently recovering from the loss of a sexual intimacy. What if you did hold it as an initiation into power? What if you asked, what am I initiating into? What did I initiate into? If you were neglected, if you felt dimmed and inconsequential and criticized and demeaned on some level, well, what you're claiming now, I'm imagining, is that you will never, ever abandon yourself like that again. If you went through a betrayal, and when it was finally revealed, you can look back and you could see how many ways you knew what the truth was, but you were allowing yourself to be dissuaded, or you were being very skillfully manipulated away from the truth. But you can know, oh, but no, I felt that. Oh, I saw that. I knew that. If that was your experience, then what you have the possibility of initiating into is profound self-authority, that you don't abdicate ever again. A level of, with betrayal, a lot of times what happens is we run the risk of losing trust in ourselves. There's a way that we feel like we betrayed ourselves. We couldn't trust ourselves. We didn't see. But the truth is that in most betrayals, we did see and we did know. And the initiation there is to claim the ways that we knew, the ways that we see. We claim the part of ourselves that knew. We don't identify with the part of yourself that was betrayed or that didn't advocate for yourself. The initiation into power is to claim the part of you that always knew and to really anchor and solidify an alliance with yourself in that way that you will never violate or ignore again. Right? There are so many initiations. It's that shift from allowing the impact of a past lovership to define you, to limit you, to dim your radiance, to create a narrative in your head about who and what you are, rather than to say, look, just experiment. I know I was initiating into power through that. How was that? Or the question, if I was initiating into power through that crazy experience that was so shitty, what was I? What power was that? And can I complete the initiation now? Clearing past lovers has a lot to do with just completing the initiation. If you felt, for instance, sexually unmet or disregarded, or there was a lot of infidelity, or you weren't really held in a way that allowed you to fully blossom sexually, well, one of the things that you're going to be able to initiate into is stewardship of your sexual current for good and forever. That you will make sure that your life force, your creativity, your radiance is nourished, and that what you bring into your life is of benefit to that aspect of you. Because you know the cost now, right? Part of the initiation, part of the power of the initiation comes from the cost. It's painful. We look back and we see all that we lost. We see all the moments of sadness or fear, or all that we lost. Sometimes we invest years and years in a relationship and then it's just gone. And we feel like we're left with nothing. Well, to really gather the energy of that, no. This is how initiations happen. They give us fuel for a fire, and they cost us something, right? They cost us, and we use that cost, the fuel of that, to light a fire that never burns out, that never lets us abandon ourselves again. So as you're thinking, if you are thinking, or if you want to think about relationships that still trouble you, ways in which you feel like you can't actually open to a new lover because you can feel the impacts and the pain of a past lovership still inside of you, as you consider that, really look inside a little bit and see if you can find the thread of the initiation. What power, as a woman, were you being shown that it's time to claim and to never abandon again? It's an initiation, and you, as a powerful being, initiate often through sexual intimacies. It's a place where there is potency, where there is transformative potential, and where there is ancient power. It's undeniable. Doesn't matter how casual it seems, right? It's undeniable. So I invite you to take a little time it doesn't have to be huge, actually. Most likely, if you just take a minute and look through this lens at a past lovership, it'll be right there. You lived it. You walked it, And so claim it and see, just ask, is there more to it? Have I claimed that initiation completely? And if not, how can I? because it's here now in the moment, you and your moment, how you nourish yourself and how you fill yourself with power, that will let a past lovership fall away. The idea that you're going to cut it, clear it, push it away, set some rigid boundaries, that often doesn't work, because it's not that way. It's to, if you don't, until you get everything from it, until you've gathered all that you came to get and all that was there for you that's nourishing, you often won't let go of a past lover. There's a thread there, and that's not the same as having these threads where you're still looking to a past lover to fill you, to validate you, often if a relationship is diminishing or feels dishonoring, there will be a way in which we will look to a past lover, unconsciously or not, as the only person who can give that back to us. If they disrespected us, if they demeaned us, if there was a certain amount of power loss or an experience of power loss, that is often a thing. And this is not what I'm talking about. This is how to stop that. How to stop that is to take your power now. You really have to become to a certain extent, a warrior. You have to be willing to pick up the sword from now on, to inhabit your discernment, to take the initiation and claim it so that all of the wisdom of it is with you. Because ultimately what we're trying to do, I believe deeply, every time we enter a lovership, is we are looking for an experience of, we know inside what it is to have a sexual intimacy that operates according to principles of reverence, that can cycle upward and literally have no limit to how it can open. That is not a fantasy. That's a reality. The female body knows that. She knows that in a secure, loving, reverent, safe, deeply listening container, she can open to infinite horizons and infinite depths. So claim your initiations, understand the sacred needs that you now know that you have, and complete your initiations. Walk them now. And just watch as your whole narrative about a past lover, about a past relationship, changes and rewrites itself. Rewrites itself to be something along the lines of, I'm a woman of power, and this is what I have gathered. Blessed be.